podcast. There ain't nothing going on but the Rent Boys podcast right now. It's me, Alex Camp, award-losing comedian, world traveller, and bon vivant. And here in the middle, it's Dom Hatton Woods. None of those things.
I don't know what bon vivant.
Bom, 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 bom. Don't know what that means.
I thought he was going to say bon, but bon vivant.
You know what that is?
Yeah, the biscuit. Oh, no, it's not.
This is sweet, you fucking idiot. Oh, I love this. This is good already. We've been preparing as well today, and this is what we've got going on. And over there, far away, conspiracy theory corner, it's Ethan Smith.
Hey, how you doing, people?
That's a new.
I didn't know. Yeah. I came with some energy today.
How you doing, people? It's me.
I've had 3 coffees. Wetherspoons does free refills, and I was like, I'm getting
3 of them.
I had 2.
And 1 here.
Yeah, you've caught me. I'm a liar. Right,
but why not add a little cheeky extra coffee on just for dramatic effect?
I'm just saying, if somebody says free refills, you make the most out of that.
Absolutely. I only got 2, and I feel like I should have had 3, but we were better off.
I've got this.
Otherwise, I'd be buzzing my tits off right now. It's good that we went to Wetherspoons and had a breakfast and chatted about the podcast. Obviously, because we have to make an apology for last week. We've got to make 2 apologies for the previous podcast. 2 apologies. First of all, to the audience for the fact that the audio kept cutting out. Actually, it's 3 apologies. First of all, to the audience for the...
This is going to be a long list of apologies if we keep coming up with it.
The audio kept cutting out, and we had to, it kept skipping. It was a problem with the machinery here because these 2 didn't do it right. Second of all...
We're not allowed to touch the machine usually, so...
I won't apologise for the... Yeah, you're not allowed.
We're not trusted, but we tried our hardest.
You didn't, because you could have just texted me and asked me, and you did not ask for any guidance
doing other
whatsoever.
stuff.
I was, but I was available on the phone.
That is true, mostly.
I may have been in bed, depending on what time you did it. But second of all, and we won't apologise for just the general vibe of the podcast, because it was all right. Second, we apologise to Chris. Uncle Crazy Chris.
Crazy Chris.
He had his time on the podcast. It was his biggest dream that he's ever had in his life to go on this podcast, and he achieved it.
Yeah.
And you did him dirty.
What do you mean?
How do we do him dirty?
Well, you did him dirty with the fucking machine. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
What do you think I mean? Do you think I mean taking the piss out of him?
Yeah,
all
that's
the
what I
time,
thought you meant. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
Because that's exactly what I was doing.
Apology number 3.
Can we stop apologising? I've had enough
from
of
you
apologising.
to me for having to fucking edit it.
Well, yeah. Listen.
You spoke like me then. I've edited.
Edit it. I had to edit it.
Ketamine.
Ketamine and cabbage.
What do you mean? It was difficult to edit, was it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, sorry, man.
Took a lot of my valuable time.
There you go. Apology. Sorry. Apologise.
Apology. Sorry. That's the way I'm going to do apologies from now on. Hey, apology. Sorry.
That's in writing. I've sent it to your address.
I mean...
There you go.
None of us thought we was going to do anything, so it's good we did something.
I never think I'm going to do anything. It's mad. It's mad that
Fucking
things even happen.
Gen Z always want like a little boost after being told off. They always want, okay, but tell me I did something good.
Yeah, a little bit. Why not? I like being told that I've done good. I like a pat on the head sometimes. Not right now. Don't do it right now.
That's one thing I've never done, by the way.
Get the fuck away from me. I think we are sensitive as a generation, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah?
You know?
You happy with that?
Yeah, we'll get better poetry.
Oh, Gen Z poetry?
Yeah, I reckon it'll be all right, maybe. Be about, rain.
I woke up this morning, felt my rears falling down upon me like jizz. The day's going to be lit. I woke up in my fucking pit. Done. That's it. Done. Gen Z poetry. Cheers, then.
So... What?
You know he wouldn't do that, but you did it just because we're on camera.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was that.
So we did an episode, and it was it wasn't the best episode in the history of podcasting, but it was an episode, and 90-something people listened to it, maybe more.
It was an episode.
Yeah, and it was something different,
But that is a serious thing. If you listen to it and it was jarring and it was weird, it was skipping. We just were like, we've got to put something out. So we did. I still think it's an interesting piece of work.
I mean, we know the podcast is still improving because Alex has got a new piece of jewellery.
No, it's the same bit.
No, you've not worn that on the podcast.
I did. This is the one in the clip.
The chain's different.
Fair enough.
This chain is slightly different. I bought a pack of 3 chains from H&M.
Have you robbed a jewellery shop or something? You're just
Well,
trying to... You
this
can't
isn't
sell
even
it, so you're getting
silver.
through all of it.
This is real silver. This thing is silver. This is... No. What it is my mum has jewellery that she hasn't been able to get rid of since the 90s, and this is one of those pieces.
I wouldn't mind a
You're wearing
chain
your
from your
mum's
mum.
bangle.
Well, she ain't got much... Yeah, I'm wearing my... Well, no, it's not my mum's. She was a jeweller.
I wish
Right. Oh,
The
wait.
stuff
So
that she
she's...
sold.
So this is dead stock.
This is dead stock.
It's like, yeah, no one will buy this shit. Fucking...
This is handmade Hopi Indian.
What's that mean?
A minority made this.
Whoa.
That's
An
good.
oppressed
To be
minority.
honest, minorities make most
If
things.
anything, the oppressed minority, if we're honest.
I don't know.
The Native Americans? What are you saying?
All right, well, they
Come
are.
on.
To be honest, I think they're just better at
What? Making jewellery?
just, looking
Looking sad.
looking sad, yeah. Like looking off into the distance over a mountain and that and having a single tear fall out their eye. They're just better at that.
I think I'm an oppressed
Who's the best at
minority.
looking oppressed?
yeah.
I think, white people can.
Dress to oppress.
I've seen some white people who look oppressed, even though they're really not. There's some
That's
people
true.
that just they have that oppressed look on their face.
I know some white people who look depressed, and they actually
Yeah, but most of them are.
are. Yeah.
That's what happens when you've got everything. You're like, oh, why can't I have more?
When I lived in Ashton, we used to play a game called Disabled or On Drugs, and usually it'd be both.
Yeah.
It would just be a guy in a wheelchair having a sick time. You know what I mean? Sometimes there was a guy, I think he goes around town still. He has a wheelchair and he has a speaker attached to it and it has lights. And he plays fucking drum and bass. Happy hardcore.
I've been doing this joke in my set that I just added, where I talk about working class and middle class. I was like, everybody in Manchester says they're working class, except for people in Salford, where working class would suggest that somebody in their family line had a job. And then I go on to say they teach it in primary school. Right, kids, this week we're learning about disability.
I guess I laughed, is it?
He kind of got a laugh once, and then the second time it was not so much. But that's...
You want to do it in Salford?
Yeah, I've got to do it in Solver. I haven't tried it in enough places.
That's where it'll go down the
Because
best.
it seems a bit too cunty. It seems like I'm just taking the piss out of poor people.
Yeah, but they don't mind too much.
No, they like it, I reckon.
Because they're like... Yeah, they're almost... It's not like they're saying it. It's not like one of them saying it to themselves.
By the way, you would, if you'd have thought of that, you'd do that exact joke. That's a joke that you would do.
Well, I was
So
just
don't tell me like that. Does that get a laugh?
I was just about to say I'm off to Hull this weekend. I might use that. If you don't
Should we
mind.
start borrowing
Yeah.
fucking jokes?
What if you... Hang on a minute. If you could have a joke of mine, what would you...
None.
Which one would you have?
None of them.
I would have the
YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Would you?
Because anyone could do that, really.
Yeah.
That's a pretty universal.
It's a good joke.
Thanks, mate. What would you have?
I'm alright. I'll pass.
Well, they couldn't even play along with that for a second.
If I could have one of yours, I'd have the Disneyland, probably. But I couldn't do it, but I just like it.
Right. Well, that's nice to you. Thanks.
There we go. Let's get into the sections.
It'd be difficult to have one of yours because I can't play the guitar.
All right, I've got loads of jokes.
I'd have mixed race babies for sure.
Yeah, I'll teach you mixed race babies. If you
And I
want.
mean, I'd have sex with a person of another race.
Do you know how
Not even the song. I'm
know
just
how-
saying. Or if I adopted, that's who I'd go for.
I think I finally found a way to get into that song now because I have this song "Mixed Race Babies." It's literally about like propositioning someone to have mixed race babies,
Yeah.
and I always struggle if there's a room with like mixed people, like people of color in the room. It goes down a tree. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But when it's mostly white people or all white people, I either don't do it or I have to really like introduce it in the right way. And what I've been doing recently, which is true, I've just been going, I've had many ambitions. I want to be a comedian, be an entertainer, but I also wanted to have a black son. And it's true. I used to think about like, I would like to have, when I was like quite young, I was like, I would like to have a black son.
It's weird that you said, like, even in your young age, you was like, no, I want I want to own him.
Yeah, yeah, maybe that's it. It's deeply rooted racism. I like to have a black person.
I want to keep him forever.
No, it's not that. It was just like, I think I'd like to have a black son. I think I'd like my son to be cooler than me.
I always thought I want one of each.
One of each?
One of
type.
each race.
Well, every race.
I want me, but different. Like, I want to see what happens. I want to see what I look like.
Somebody must have done that around.
If nobody has, that
it's a black guy, though, if he has done it. If someone's done that, it's a black guy.
But then he couldn't produce a white.
Of course you can make every mix, no matter which race you are.
Could you?
Yeah, of course, because you just mix with each race.
Look at me.
No, but if a black guy slept with a white girl, there'd be a mixed race kid.
Yeah, but it can come out very light skinned.
Right.
Okay.
You would just, whatever race you are, you would then have children with a woman of every other race that you could define, and then that's how you do it.
Yeah, I suppose you couldn't have a fully Indian kid, could you? It would just be half Indian and half.
This is basic maths, Tom, which we're explaining to you.
Yeah.
It just sounds funnier. It sounds funnier if I say I had an ambition to have a black son.
Yeah.
Well, I had a phase of when I was a kid wanting to be a breakdancer.
That's close.
I entered Britain's...
Let me guess, the robot.
I entered Britain's Got Talent when I was 8.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you get in?
Well, I did. I filled me and my sister filled out the form, and she put I take my brother into Top Shop, and he always embarrasses me by dancing, which isn't a good testament to my dancing skills.
So
in Top Shop,
dancing in Top Shop,
like a busker in Top Shop. I didn't actually do that. She just thought it sounded
outside
good.
the fitting rooms, just like doing this shit.
Anyway, and then I wasn't very good. Because I went to a few classes, and then I said to Mum, I'm ready to do a headstand. Hold my legs up. She held my legs up doing a headstand, and I said, let go, and then I just fell. So
just fell. Is that how you bumped your head?
Yeah, that's how this has happened, yeah. And then I entered it, thinking nothing would come, and then I actually quit breakdancing between then, and they gave me a letter saying, here's your audition thing, and then I just never went. But imagine if I went, and then went back as a comic.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I'm not sure which would be better.
They emailed me, Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. They emailed me and were like, hey, we like this dog song. I was like, yeah.
Come on, dog.
Chat to him on the phone.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to do it.
No?
And nah.
No?
I've got talent. Britain doesn't.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Keep it.
Yeah,
it should
exactly.
be
Well, I've got talent. You want to take it, suck it away from me and give it to Britain.
Yeah.
What has Britain done for me that it deserves to take my talent exclusively?
I think they should call it Alex Has Got Talent.
Yeah, they should, yeah. Even when I'm not on it. They'll just be like, he's coming one day. Alex has got talent.
He is
I've
good.
actually got a picture of me as a breakdancer somewhere.
That's good.
Oh,
Probably keep that to yourself.
Message it to me and I'll flash it up now and we'll save the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to start with Ask an Idiot.
Ask an idiot. Ask an idiot.
Do. So, the Olympics. It's kicking off.
Sweet, yeah.
It's happening.
I've been having a look. Skateboarding's in it.
When's the skateboarding?
It's today, 4.
Oh, you're joking. Well, we have to check it out.
Yeah, but I could always watch it.
A Team GB and the skating.
Yeah, we're in it.
How do you get to the point of being a...
Japan are very good,
Is
though.
Tony Hawk doing it?
Tony Hawk's
Hawk's like
about
55.
50 odd, yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he still one of the best skateboarders?
No.
Was he not that good? He just had a brand.
No. So skateboarding is a really interesting sport because it's quite new. What Tony Hawk... Tony Hawk was really great. He had a skateboard video game.
Yeah. But is he...
That's the end. That was the end of that. No.
No, I want to hear
Come
about
on,
it.
mate. Give us your lecture.
So when Tony Hawk was around, they'd not invented this kind of same stuff that they've got nowadays.
Yeah.
So is Tony Hawk still the best? No, they've kind of reinvented skateboarding.
But was he
about
really
9
good at
times.
that point?
At that point, he was pretty great. He did vert skateboarding, and he was the first person to do the 840 or something. Or
900.
900, there we go.
Right.
840, 900. I was 60 off.
But he's probably the most...
Yeah.
60 degrees. He did an 840. Landed a bit funny.
Diagonal, you know what I mean?
But he's probably the most well-known skateboarder, isn't he?
Yeah, from anyone who
From
grew
anyone
up
who
in
doesn't know
2000s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's definitely the most famous one. But yeah, he only did vert skateboard, and that was his only thing.
How do you know about this?
Mate, I grew up.
He was there.
I was like when skateboarding came back into fashion was the late 90s, early 2000s, where everybody, it was like a craze for my age group, man. Everybody was skating. I had a skateboard. I went and got a proper nice one from SS20 in Oxford. Christian, my mate, who I went out to see in the States, he was like a semi-pro skateboarder. Yeah, he knew loads of those guys. He used to go skating and all that shit. Got sponsorship and whatnot. It was mad. Jack Bevan as well from Foals. He was he skated a lot.
Talented guy, this Jack Bevan.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I never quite believed that he ever smashed it with skateboarding, but he was good.
He's now smashed it being in the Foals.
He's definitely has.
I was quite overweight as a kid, so all my mates had skateboards, and I had a electric.
A big plank on the floor.
No, it's probably worse. I had an electric scooter. It went 20 mile an hour.
God.
They didn't even exist back then.
Yeah, I had an electric scooter.
But you didn't even have like a dirt bike. You had an electric scooter.
Well, I had a dirt bike for a while, and then I thought I'm too fat.
Yeah, mud
for this.
flaps,
I got
that's
an
for
electric
sure.
scooter.
Fat ass.
You just
boy.
go, and it would go 20 mile an hour. It's pretty cool.
Like a disability boy?
Yeah.
No, it was like a scooter, like a normal push scooter. But
He had a lime
motor.
scooter before.
I've got a picture of me on that as well.
Don't get that out.
I was wearing a leather jacket like John Wick.
Have you watched any Olympics yet, Dom?
No, I wanna look when the golf is, but apart from that, I'm not really that interested.
I watched badminton yesterday.
I would like to play badminton. Should we go play
Olympic
badminton?
badminton was sick.
Shut up. Ugh.
I thought we were playing tennis. I'd like to get into tennis.
You
like
want to start
tennis?
playing tennis?
I wouldn't mind playing tennis.
I mean, I would play it, yeah.
I enjoy badminton. I feel badminton's a bit easier to just be okay at.
When
Tennis
I was
is
watching
harder.
the Olympic badminton, I was like, I could play that because it's only so hard you can hit it.
Yeah.
I mean, they were amazing, but like I feel like a few rallies, I was like, I could probably handle that.
Well, badminton's a good sport to just play with a mate on a Tuesday.
Why Tuesday?
I don't get it. I don't
Just
get
like
badminton.
a recreational sport for exercise, because it's not tennis. I think is much harder to play at a recreational level than badminton.
Tennis is one of those ones where you meet someone and they're mates and that, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I play tennis," and you're like, "Oh, I'm up for playing tennis with you." They're like, "How long have you been playing?
Yeah.
What club do you belong to? What's your world ranking?" I'm like, "Fuck off, mate. I can't be asked to play with you."
That's mental.
Well, it's 'cause
to be honest, we were talking about class divide, weren't we?
We were talking about class divide at
the-
Wetherspoons, the best place to talk about it.
And to be honest, you can actually watch it happen in real time. What I did notice is bat sports.
Bat sports.
Yeah, there's something that
Sports.
Racket sports or bat sports.
Well, are they not the same thing?
Well, racket, yeah, would be tennis, badminton, pickleball,
Yeah, all of them,
yeah,
and then also all the
Squash.
bat ones as well.
cricket,
Yeah,
baseball.
both.
So you're putting them all together.
I'm putting them all together and saying not really got, a relationship with them.
They're
I'd say they're in the upper, the middle.
yeah, they're definitely in the more posh end.
Yeah, I'd say they're posh sports. And I think the reason why is because you have to get a sweatband.
A sweatband.
Yeah. So there's a level of entry.
So you can't afford sweatbands in the.
Can't afford a
fucking national.
sweatband, get out of here. You know what I mean? Because they'd be like, whoa, that's just a hat. That's just the rim of a hat.
It's just the rim of that.
Why would I pay for, you know what I mean? They'd just logically they'd be against it.
Yeah, working class people have already got flat caps on, so you can't put. I've never seen a sweatband with a flat cap, and I've seen a lot of weird fashion.
That's kind of a good, I think that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the kind of thing I would have expected to see back in the ska punk skateboarding early 2000s.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm bold.
Flat cap and you got to do something. Yeah, you got to get headwear going in some way because it's too late for you, brother.
How'd you get a do-rag?
Brother. I didn't have anything. I just thought it was funny. That you
Yeah, I
said
just
brother.
thought it was the Olympic opening ceremony was interesting.
Oh, I watched that shit.
All right.
They're freaking the fuck out, and I don't like it.
What
I don't
happened?
like what was going. What didn't happen?
Well, I don't know what happened.
There's some madness happened. There was this. There was this lady, right? And she was dressed up in a knight's outfit. And she was on the back of some mad horse.
Yeah.
Right.
Just flying about. And then there was like
Flying about on a horse.
Yeah.
Didn't know horses could fly.
There was like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse there. They had like the Last Supper. They did like a reenactment of that with all drag queens. And it was like a big... Well, I've been on YouTube. And they were like, look, this is a ritual, a satanic ritual. And it's a display. And when it's an inversion of all the like, you know... It's the Antichrist, basically, in the Olympics. So...
What would the Antichrist be doing getting on the Olympics, though?
I think it's about worshipping false idols. If you're like, oh, look at that guy, he's good at frisbee. He's not Jesus, though, is he, mate?
Where do you read all this shit? Because it's like, when does conspiracy theories become just like people who are hardcore Christians?
I've actually got into specifically the Christian lane of conspiracy theories at the moment.
Why?
Because they are talking about spiritual warfare, and I like it. It makes me feel like something's going on, and I need to be part of it. Yeah,
warfare.
Spiritual warfare.
Are we going to war?
How do you reckon Ethan would do on the Joe Rogan podcast? I think that'd be really interesting.
So spiritual warfare, it's like what it is. Like it is.
We're seeing it now. This is what he would do.
Yeah, I think...
So what he's saying is, right, the devil's like everywhere and that, and he comes and he's disguised. He goes got illusions, like the Olympics. You think you're just watching somebody, you know, do golf, rooting for your team, having a hot dog. You're not. You're worshipping
who's having
Satan.
hot dog?
It's spiritual warfare. He's coming for your soul. You know what I mean? So what you got to do is in the morning you got to put your armor of God on. You got to get yourself. Yeah, they get real into it. It's mad. I like it.
Spiritual warfare sounds alright. It sounds like you could fight it without any guns or weapons or planes or tanks. You could just fight it all in your mind, just meditating people
Exactly.
out.
Don't even meditate. Just put Facebook statuses on how toxic people are and stuff like that. Go to church, gossip.
You know, all this stuff about the devil coming and doing this stuff, and you got to fight it, and you got to prevent the devil. What are you going to do as the fucking devil? How arrogant to think that you have any hope against the fucking devil.
He's just organised a whole Olympic event. You know what I mean?
He's existed since the dawn of time.
Yeah. To be fair, maybe give him a bit more credit.
Give the devil more credit. Just lay down and fucking open wide and let it happen.
See, that's the kind of devilish shit that you would be saying.
Yeah.
Right? I bet you'll be in the Olympics next. You'll be on the 1,500 metres. running.
Yeah, all right.
Running forever in hell. Right?
Imagine that.
That would be a good. That would be a good thing, I reckon.
42 years old.
Olympiad.
It's like, you know what?
Representing the United Kingdom, we've got Alice Campy. He's 42 years old. He's grossly overweight.
I mean, I wouldn't say
No, you're not. You're
just
not.
my
Grossly overweight. That's
We're joking. We're joking. I started saying it.
Your legs are, which would be the...
I wouldn't say that. I'd
That's
say
the bit
you've got...
you'd need for the 1,500 metre.
That's true, yeah.
So,
Old Fat Legs is coming up to the podium.
I mean, considering when we were in Edinburgh, I thought we were late for a train and made you run to the station. You actually had a go at me. I don't think 1,500... And that was about 500 metres.
But that wasn't so much my inability to run as it was the annoyance that you'd looked at and got the time wrong.
Well, I thought it was a 6 and it was a 9. It was a problem.
That's the issue. That's what I got annoyed at.
They're not even close. Well, actually...
Yeah, they're the closest numbers.
Yeah,
They're the closest numbers.
So, wait, can I ask you guys, why do you think they did the ceremony in such a way then?
I had not seen it.
Well, basically did it on the River Seine, which runs through Paris.
Right.
So, you know, the centre of it, the heart of it. They had a lot of boats going by with the countries and all their flag bearers. So for each event, they have a flag bearer. Like for the US, LeBron James was one of the flag bearers, who's obviously the senior member of the basketball team. And they had one of the main bridge. I forget what it's called. They had like this powder explosion that was red, white, and blue for the French flag. Mm. They had Lady Gaga did a performance. Celine Dion did a performance.
The evilest.
I think that one you were talking
stars.
about, if I'm not mistaken, was it beheaded Marie Antoinette?
Oh, I think what it was supposed
Joan
to
of
be
Arc.
Joan of Arc.
Yeah. They also had beheaded, like they did a French Revolution thing where they had a guillotine.
But they're just beheading people as well.
Yeah, they were
French,
beheading people as well.
I don't trust
They're proud
the
of
French,
that.
man. They're proud of that.
That's their main thing.
That's
It's like we cut
mental.
people's head off 200 years ago.
And what, and eat cheese and wine?
Yeah, that's it. That's the
That's
main
mental, isn't
thing.
it?
And like write poetry and, hold on to art.
Yeah, but they write poetry in French.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Pointless.
Pointless.
No one else can read it.
What's the point, mate? No one can fucking read it. So it was this big, it took 3 or 4 hours in total with the whole thing. And yeah, it was just, the Olympic opening ceremony is always a big deal. And this was
And it's
pretty
always
crazy.
creepy.
Yeah, there was some weird, like...
It's never not creepy. It's always like, oh, and then they'll have like some mad stuff going. A bit Satan-y. There's always got people in robes. And
Well, I was about to say the London 2012 one wasn't that creepy, but it did involve Russell Brand as Willy Wonka. On top of
Really?
Yeah. It had Russell Brand in this child catchery Willy Wonka uniform singing the song from the film, My Imagination. And so now, looking back, Russell Brand in any position
ideal.
of influence is a bit creepy.
yeah.
That was 12 years ago.
Mad that, isn't it?
Mental, innit?
Insane.
I would have been 12.
There you go. So you know how old Dom is.
Maths.
No, yeah, about 12. Yeah.
Well, you would have just turned 13.
What Memphis?
You're 25 now, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been 13. You're right.
So, anyway, that's it.
You'd have been 52.
Yeah, I'd have
So
been...
anyway, what we're saying is watch out because the fucking, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to finish the sentence. You can't do that. We're saying watch out because you know.
Can't say too much.
But can I?
Right.
Let's
They
do...
know.
We're not going to do a gripe, I don't think.
No, you're not.
Yeah, right then.
Oh, I don't have one.
Right.
Gripe of the week, gripe of the week, got the pipe of the week, it's the strike of the week, yeah, gripe of the week, gripe of the week, have a little bit of the gripe of the week now.
So, I'm going away for the whole of August to Edinburgh. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm going away on the 11th, so it's only going to be like 10 days.
What's going to happen? How are you going to hold this fort down?
You were away for that length of time a few weeks ago, and it was fine. You went to America.
Well, I was for 1 week. Going away for
But for me, it's
2.5
only
weeks.
2 weeks. Maybe Ethan's the one who should be.
I'm fine on my own.
Be by
If
yourself.
not better.
You can't smoke bongs in the house.
I can't do that.
He might do that.
Do you reckon we'll come
I won't
back and
do
there'll
that.
just be like Bob Marley posters up?
Yeah.
I'd actually be fine with that because at least it would be some decoration.
I could get some Bob Marley posters, yeah. I don't mind whacking them up.
As long as they're
In the living
framed.
room.
That's
You
all
want
I
them
want.
framed?
Yeah, you got to frame them. There's an age where you have to start framing everything you put on the wall.
Yeah, but we're not at that age yet, just you.
Yeah, but I am the standard here.
I've really wanted to spray paint
The house.
my room.
What?
I know. And I know you guys don't want me to do that, but if you're gone for a month, maybe that could happen.
That would be mental.
Imagine if you spray painted
Would you
it.
prefer me to do that or do bongs?
Bongs, probably, because then
Alright,
we
I'll
can get the
do bongs
deposit
then.
back.
I'll do bongs then. God, right. If you're going to force me to.
You've just allowed
I guess
him
I'll
to do
just-
bongs.
yeah.
Or just do neither of them, I
Right,
guess.
well, I wish I could. But now I'm going to have to do bongs.
I wish that was possible, but I'm afraid no.
Yeah. Fucking hell, Dom.
Just going to get background here.
No, but I enjoy being on my own. I like it. I like the house. It gets a bit lonely.
Yeah.
But I can skateboard inside, and I can I can do
Miami
different
crispy every
stuff.
meal.
Yeah, I can walk naked around, which I don't. I don't need to, but I do it. Yeah,
You were skateboarding in the garden yesterday.
I was, and you didn't like it.
Well, I didn't really mind it that much. It was really loud, though.
It was really loud. I was trying to jump over a brick, and I kept missing.
I think my foremost problem was the neighbours are going to be annoyed at us all the time.
Yeah.
But also, I did think, what will they think of us?
Do you not think the neighbours get
Fuck
annoyed
'em.
by the constant smell of weed?
That occurred to me yesterday for the first time.
Yeah.
Whereas usually,
For the first time.
I'd literally not even thought about it because you smoke joints out there every day, and I never think, oh man, the neighbours might smell it. But you know what? I don't. I was thinking about it is that initially it was thought, oh no, that's bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It smells nice.
It doesn't smell too bad. Yeah.
And if that shocks you at this point in your life, and if it worries you and upsets you, because we don't play music loud, we don't have other people in the garden very often.
I think we consider it neighbours, but I also do think, like, this is your house.
Yeah.
Do what the fuck you want.
I think my initial thought was, oh, that's bad. And then I had to think about it and I was like, no, it's not. I like the smell of weed. It's just,
I think
people get weird about it sometimes, but.
we've sparred in the garden before and I thought, what would the neighbours think?
That was embarrassing for me.
Why?
Yeah, for you.
We were having fun.
Exactly.
Oh, that's embarrassing for you and we're having fun.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of you two having fun.
I do get it, though, to just be like, oh, yeah, we're going to move in next door. We might punch the fuck out of each other in the garden. It is a bit mental.
Well, we did it in the park once.
We did do it in the park, but we didn't spar, I don't think.
No, we did pets.
I think that we should encourage all back gardens to become MMA rings. I think that way we'll have a stronger... Parks. Yeah, we'll have skate parks, it's kitchens, skate parks, and back gardens MMA rings.
That time I came downstairs with the banging was going, and you guys were... I'd keep telling this on stage, and people don't find it funny, and I don't know why. I came downstairs, they moved everything in the kitchen. There's a skater, a golfer, and a Buddhist monk fighting each other doing UFC in the kitchen. It's like fucking Street Fighter or something.
It was like a little tournament, which I won.
It
was fun.
Oh, we need to talk about last night.
Oh.
Because we had a gig last night. How long have we got?
Should we do that as the story time, and then we'll talk about the other thing?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Story time with Don.
Story time with Don. That's a word.
I'm doing the sped up version.
I don't want to start this.
Yeah, so basically we had a gig last night. It was a comedy festival going on at Creatures for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And Kyle Legacy hosts a show called the Comedy Striptease.
Shout out Kyle Legs.
We've all done the show. It's the premise is that the worst set of the night has to strip.
And it's
has to take off the clothes. It's fun.
It's a good fun thing. It runs at Edinburgh every year. I did it there. It's all good fun. The audience is really into it. They vote for somebody. You got to strip. They get usually a woman up from the crowd, sometimes a man, and
you got to
The female comics, by the way, never fucking have to strip, which is, I guess, you'd expect Kyle Legacy to have got through that by now. He's not exactly PC.
Yeah, but it's probably better to err on the side of caution.
Fucks me off, man. What about equality, women?
Well, if there's any female comics out there you want to show you...
Malia did it about 8 times and she never fucking stripped.
Yeah, get your tits out.
So last night it was at Creatures for the first time.
Yeah, so I did a set, Dom did a set, a few other comics did a set. My set...
Don't breathe into that.
It was amazing. I had a great
it was
set.
Shit.
I did my first joke, that went tepid, and then I got into my second joke. They kind of liked that. Then I forgot all my material, and then I got off stage, like I normally do. And they were so impressed, and I beat Dom in the clap off, which he's really upset.
And
about.
I had a good. Can I just highlight? I was in the toilet whilst Ethan was on. I'd already been on. Some guy comes into the urinal next to me and goes, I don't think you got to worry about stripping, mate. You're way funnier than this guy.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, sorted. I'll just go home now. But then, fucking 40 minutes later, I'm on stage with my top off.
Yeah, looking so uncomfortable. And the thing that I love about this the most is it's nothing to do with the set. It's nothing to do with what went on. It's just that I beat you. That's what's upset you the most.
Ethan goes, I've got to keep doing comedy just for moments like this when I upset you. That's what he said.
Yeah, you're my drive now. You're my muse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every good thing I do is just to make sure that you're upset about it.
And you looked like I wasn't there. I saw the video today. You looked so awkward.
I was uncomfortable. I wasn't enjoying it.
It was
at all.
worth it because it was so funny the way you were reacting. So when it happened to me, I had to strip like 2 out of 3 times I've done it.
Yeah.
And I obviously get into it and start grinding and fucking twerking and everything. And it's not much of a sight, me. Like they probably looked and thought, he might have a nice body. And then they were like, oh God, look
grossly overweight.
Awful. Big nipples and everything. So you got to look at it
Big
this way.
nipples are fine.
When the best comedian doesn't like, it's not always about who is very much the worst. It's who the audience want to see strip.
Yeah, you got to play the crowd. You know, you got to try and do a bit of politics on them.
And I think there's 2 main things, which is whether they like you.
Yeah.
So it's likability, and it's whether they want to see you naked. Now, likability, obviously you're going to lose that one.
Yeah, I've lost that one.
You've lost that one as soon as you walked in the door. Doesn't matter who else is on. You could be doing a set with Hitler, fucking Lucy Letby, and the like fucking Pol Pot, and they'd be like, I don't know about this, Dom. Second of all, it's kind of a compliment in a way. Because they thought...
Kind of.
Some of them were like, I want to see this guy, see what he's got.
They were like, we want to
maybe.
force this man to take his clothes off even though he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And that is a little bit
But you're a
naughty.
bit jealous that you didn't get asked
Well,
to
I was a bit like, oh, hang on. This is a good week for me.
You've got better physique in a way really than Dom.
Could have, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Could've made some out
right.
that
Kick
night.
a man whilst he's fucking down. Better than stand up at me now, apparently. Better physique.
It's all right. You'll get there one
Bigger.
day. If you keep working hard,
Bigger cock, probably.
if you keep working hard,
Fuck off,
right? Not like me.
mate.
Don't do what I do, but
Yeah.
just do what you do still.
That's the most
One
annoying
day.
part, isn't it? You work so hard
I'm
every
there,
day.
sat writing jokes, and Ethan I go, Ethan, you all right, mate? What are you doing today? He goes, probably just going to smoke a joint. And that's it. And I've got a to-do list of things I need to achieve. And he's going to smoke a joint, and then I'll quote, see what happens. And normally I'll tell you what happens, but fuck all.
What do you mean fuck
Just another
all?
joint
Stuff's
happens.
happening all the time. I'm a busy beaver, mate. I'm about here. I'm making things
I
happen.
said to you yesterday, do you want to go to MMA? And you went, nah, mate, got fucking loads to do tomorrow. And what have you got to do? He goes, well, we got to do a podcast, and then I've got to go to the cinema, and then that's it. That's not loads to do.
That's a
They're
loads to
two
do.
very relaxing activities. You're having a conversation and watching a film. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, but
And
what
that's a
if I
fucking
thought of
busy
other
day,
things in the
mate.
time? I like to have time to think of something new to do.
Yeah.
I like to get bored, right?
You like to get bored.
I like to get bored, so then I think, oh, I should do something, and then I do it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that I have that vibe a bit too. And I think, you don't. You don't like to be bored.
I just like to
Sometimes
be
you do.
doing stuff.
End of the day, you like to stop doing stuff and you'll sit and watch TV.
I'll
and
sit and
stuff.
watch TV, yeah.
I like to realise that I've not moved for 15, 20 minutes, and then go, oh shit,
Yeah.
I should probably do some
I
shit.
better do something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best way, but it works somewhat for me.
I think some people are scared of being, No,
Some people
not in a
just
bad way.
get
Not
in
in a
that
bad,
point.
you don't want to preempt it. It's like taking painkillers. Some people take painkillers when there's pain.
Yeah.
Some people take painkillers before the pain happens.
Oh, not bad.
See?
The fuck?
So this is another insight from Ethan.
You shouldn't be worried that you were the one to strip.
I'm not worried. The fact that he beat me.
Yeah, I know, and that's why
Upsets
it's
me.
funny, and that's why I find it so satisfying. It's you've created a false version of me in your head,
Yeah.
and then put yourself in competition with me, which you don't need to. You've already beaten me in every kind of sense, but you've put yourself in this fake competition with me, and for some reason I keep winning.
I like to do that with people who I don't know. Like I'm constantly, the great thing about comedy, if you keep going and you keep developing, which steadily I have been, you know, is that as you go by, there's people who you see as kind of better than you or equal to you, or they beat you in a competition, or they get the gigs that you're looking for. The best part is eventually they go down. And you can just take joy in doing better than them. And that they slowly
This is
quit
terrible advice.
and disappear. And you think, I stayed, I held on. And that's all comedy is. It's just fucking keeping doing it.
It is just turning on. Woody Allen said 99% of show business is turning up. I mean, obviously, wouldn't follow his practices in terms of marriage, but he's a very successful movie maker and comic. And he said 99% is just turning up. And I think he meant to the school.
The other 1% is marrying your adoptive daughter.
It's paedophilia.
Well, it was like it's like sea monkeys.
And my dad told me that. He goes, you know what, son? Just keep doing it. 99% of...
Grew his own wife.
Woody said 99% of show business is turning up. And the fact my dad didn't even know about the daughter thing is a testament to my dad's character.
Yeah, I'm not surprised your dad's dishing out Woody Allen advice. I'm not going to lie.
Is Woody Allen the guy I think he is?
Woody Allen's the
Divorce. Yeesh.
comedian turned film director. Some say one of the greatest film directors America's ever produced.
Yeesh.
But
Divorce.
he's not from... He's not from Zombieland. That's Woody Harrelson.
That's Woody Harrelson.
Well, at least we sorted that out.
You got two. There's
They're
just
not
two
at all
Woodies.
similar.
You what?
Two Woodies. That's all you got to remember.
It's three Woodies.
Alan and Harrelson.
What
Who's the
about
other Woody?
Toy
I know a guy
Story?
called Woody.
No
Back
one
home.
gives a fuck about your Woody.
Sorry. Works in
What about?
Tesco's, I think. Not sure.
Woody fuck.
We...
Anyway, we won't do listener questions because we've done so much time.
And we've not got any.
And
Probably.
we've not got any. Listen, right? You, whoever you are, in the YouTube screen or on the podcast headphones.
Hang on. Chris, that's who it is.
No, but we need not Chris. That's the
Okay.
thing. Chris,
Sorry,
you're
Chris.
great. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Well,
But we need the listener questions. We need some input from you.
Yeah.
I know you're there. I know you're listening. We look at the stats. There's people consuming this content. Throw us a little bone. Give us a little something to work with, okay? Yeah? Thanks. And like and subscribe and give reviews and all that kind of stuff.
I like to say, do the business.
Do the business. And then we're going to see you next week.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
We're going to have different clothes on
was
next
that?
week.
Well, we'll
Nice,
talk
guy.
about that. Yeah, we'll discuss that. So the rent is now due. I've been Alex Camp, Dom Attenwoods, Ethan Smith, the Rent Boys, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Safe.
Bye, Chris.